Today I fucked up by having a screaming woman in my room. Obligatory not today. I'm in a building with thin walls. Very thin walls. Thankfully everyone here is completely silent almost all of the time, which made this night much worse. I, M20s, invited a girl over, I'll call D, and her friend, J. The plan was to let them try out my VR setup. With a horror game. That was the biggest mistake ever. Unbeknownst to me, D is a screamer. A very loud screamer. So first I have a go on the headset, show them how it works, and then I immediately hand it off to D. She starts playing and first things are fine, but her stress levels are rising. With every passing second she gets more and more tense. On the first jump scare she screams and I jump because I wasn't expecting it. Thankfully it was short, maybe my neighbors wouldn't notice? 30 seconds later, she screams again. This one both louder and longer. All I can think is, oh God. People are going to think I'm murdering a girl in my room. Then the worst possible thing happens. She's had enough but can't take the headset off, so she yells, please I don't want to do this, I want to stop, then lets out a scream like a banshee. So now I don't sound like I'm killing a girl, I now sound like I'm raping one. Christ, this can't get any worse. She takes off the headset and there's a banging at my door. I'm pretty much terrified at this point, I know how it sounds. D opens the door and I literally hide behind it in shame. On the other side is not one, not two, but 3 girls from my hall, who all know me. I'm still grateful J was there and D was still holding the headset when she opened the door, because my neighbors were quickly satisfied that I wasn't committing a crime. Took a while before I could look them in the eye again though. Too long did not read. Let a girl try out my VR headset, she made it sound like I was raping her and got the attention of 3 neighboring girls. Thankfully there was someone else in the room so they were satisfied I wasn't a monster. Not the type of screamer I was thinking of. Can we stop for a moment and appreciate that everything went quite right in this story? The screams weren't ignored. The situation was well cleared up. This is actually wholesome, I dare say. I love it. Next step is to get the neighbors to play. What game? Geez, when my sister played my VR I swear the neighbors almost called the cops. When you said you had a screamer, that is not at all what I thought this was going to end up being about. Kudos to your neighbors for stepping in though. What do you know? An actual fuck-up on TIFU. Not today, but it's already leagues better than most of the dross on this sub. Today I fucked up by flashing my coworker. Yeah, this even happened today. I work at a small tour company that me and my husband run together. It's just me, 30 female, and 2 other guys about my age. Since we don't really have a headquarters, sometimes they'll come to our house to run errands or collect their paychecks. Today was payday. Anyway, so I'm upstairs after just getting out of the shower and I'm ass naked. It's hot, South America. And I'm laying in front of the fan and can't hear much with all the blowing noise. I'm in the middle of a furious text argument with a company that owes me money and my Spanish is not that good, so when I run into a translation issue I start running downstairs to get help from my husband who speaks perfect Spanish. I'm stomping down the stairs pretty loud and fast while simultaneously yelling about the situation. I get to the end of the stairs and boom. There's my husband and coworker sitting on the couch and I'm facing them with fully exposed titties and vag. We were both stunned for a moment. He put his hands over his eyes and I did the fastest sprint ever up the stairs to hide in shame. What should I do? I'm thinking just to pretend it never happened. Too long did not read. Flashed my coworker cause I'm a dumbass. Send him an invoice. No need for an employee Christmas bonus this year. Just laugh it off. That's really all you can do. I had an employee open the door of the bathroom on me while I was pooping. I had locked the door but the latch didn't catch. We were both very surprised. She never said anything and I didn't either. Haha. He has to show you his. It's the rules. Post pictures in here then await further instructions. I admire your ability to conduct business in the nude. I'm not a never nude, but I still don't tend to do any activity but sex and showering nude. Rip off his clothes to establish dominance. TIFU by giving my boyfriend a blowjob. TIFU by giving my boyfriend a blowjob. He loves blowjobs, I think more than sex, if I'm being honest, so much, and I almost never give them to him. This is mostly because I've never really been good at it, and also, I have a horrible gag reflex. But today I thought, hey, I'm feeling kinda in the mood, why don't I give this wonderful man the thing he loves? I offered, he was like hell yeah, and we hurried off to the bedroom. Clothes were flung off in a hurry and I started doing my thing on his nether regions. I was really trying today because I had watched some videos, so I was kind of more confident than usual, lol. So I'm going at it and I feel like I'm going to puke from being too close to my uvula for too long. Boyfriend was enjoying it, so I thought it'd be fine. He was about to finish, so everything would be okay. It was not. I threw up, violently, everywhere. In response to me puking all over his nethers, he proceeds to throw up all over me, which makes me throw up even more. We took a shower and haven't really talked about it since. I'm in the process of cleaning all the sheets off the bed. This sucks. Too long did not read. Gave boyfriend some sloppy, threw up everywhere. Boyfriend threw up in response, which made me throw up again. Talk about it. Laugh about it. Try again when you're feeling brave. I'm picturing this like the restaurant scene in Meaning of Life. You seriously don't need to put the entire thing down your throat, it's a myth. It's all about technique. You have lips, tongue, hands, personality. You're pleasuring your partner, not filming hardcore porn. Also, where is your communication? This is a core memory of the relationship, nothing to be ashamed about. Like you, True Scrub said, move on and laugh about it. Grow together. Don't look to porn for instructions. Despite so many movies that suggest otherwise, very few people can actually take a cock that deep in their throats. Stop where you are comfortable. It works better that way. Some people pay extra for that. You might want to invest in some throat-numbing spray for next time. RIP. Are you programmer? You closed all the parentheses correctly. Also, congrats on your initiative to give him what he likes. GIF. Giphy, FNK0JEA8VIH2QLQ3IZ. Today I fucked up by making my 3 years a hero. This happened about 30–40 minutes ago. 30M. Drive a 2006 Toyota Camry. Every so often, my car will lock itself if the engine is running. I have 2 kids. 5 Malio. 3F. I take them to daycare in the morning and my wife picks them up in the afternoon because I work far. Last night the garage door started acting up and was still acting up this morning. It wouldn't close unless I held the button. So this morning I put both kids in the car and put the car in reverse. As we're backing up, I press my garage fob in my car and it starts acting up again. It's usually pretty chilly in the morning, so I had all the windows up. In my rush to get them going, I hop out and try to go hold the button for the garage door when I hear that god-awful click of the doors on the Camry locking. By far the scariest 10 minutes I've experienced this year ensues. Thankfully I have tow truck driver experience, but no lockout kit. So I pry the door with a screwdriver, injured my thumb, and was able to pass a wooden rod that I found in my garage to my 3-year-old daughter. I'm not saying this to boast, but I could not believe a 3-year-old was able to follow my instructions to AT and unlock the door from the inside. Man, I haven't cried so hard in such a long time. My baby girl did so well and I'm tearing up again thinking about it. She never freaked out, she stayed calm and kept her brother calm, and I couldn't be more proud of her right now. I know some morons who can't pull a pizza out of the oven without fucking up, and to see her use such focus and motor skills is astonishing to me. I was panicking hard because I didn't want to call 911 and have to explain this, but she clutched it. I am gonna cry happy tears now. Too long did not read. Accidentally locked my kids in the car and my 3-year-old rescued herself and her brother. Edit. I forgot to mention my daughter did this while being fully strapped into her car seat. I think that's why I'm so impressed with her. She could have easily opened the door if she was free, but that's why I gave her that wooden rod. This is such a wholesome fuck up. Edit a word. She is going to tell this story to everyone for like the next 4 years. Do yourself a favor and start planning that trip to Disney, or take her out mini golfing and for ice cream and to the mall and build a bear, then to Chuck E. Cheese. Overwrite that core memory. Hard. Anytime kids are locked in a car, Papa Lock will come out and unlock the car for free. Glad you got the kids out, but don't stress next time and call for help. Hey op, I work at a garage door business. You should check your safety sensors near the bottom of the door. They should be a steady color. If they are FL Shing, they are either misaligned or need to have the lenses cleaned. If it still doesn't close without pressing and holding the wall button, it could have a loose wire or need to be replaced. Also, if the sun is shining on them, it could make it to where the door won't close. You can use toilet paper rolls to block the sun from the safety beams. Kids are smarter than you think. My kids could probably have done that eventually at 3, if they wanted to. My kids are a couple of shitheads and probably would have thought it was funny. Well done by your daughter. I'm a little unclear, though. What was the wooden rod for? Couldn't you have just had her flip the lock button by hand? Is that a feature if the car, or is it just quirky? Seems like it could really lead to problems like you just encountered. I've got a Fusion from the same year that you can't lock correctly, or the alarm goes off at random times for no reason. Pisses the neighbors off. You will never live this down. My 11-year-old still asks how he saved my life by seeing my chicken was undercooked. He was 4 then.